Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So there's a lot to cover and a lot to discuss because Rachel has just ratted Rachel out. Yes, Rachel Meghan Markle has ratted herself out on more than one occasion and officially proved that she is a natural born liar, an obsessive compulsive liar, if you may. So Rachel Meghan Markle has literally just hit the gram again, as you do with no comment section, and essentially shared with us a picture that was actually posted on the Instagram page of a fully funded private school that she attended when she was very young. In the photo, Rachel Meghan Markle, which allegedly was taken in 1999, would have been at the tender sweet age of 17 years old. Now, two things became significantly apparent to me as I browsed upon this photo that has recently hit Megs' Instagram page. And what I really divulged from this post was how much of a liar and a fraud, as she self-confessed herself, Rachel Meghan Markle is. So I looked at the photo and I zoomed into it and I saw how significantly broad her nostrils were and how significantly different Rachel Meghan Markle appeared. Now, if you've ever spent any time studying or watching my channel, I am an African woman of African descent. I'm actually Afro-Caribbean. Not that has any relevance to this channel. So me talking about her ethnicity or her very ethnic Afro-American features is not coming from a racist angle in any way, shape or form. But what I'm talking about and why I'm highlighting it is because she looks drastically different to the Rachel Meghan Markle that we look at today. She's had a hell of a lot of surgery, but that's just the first point that has become quite apparent after seeing this image. So the school that she attended, if you look here, posted this photo a few hours before Rachel shared it on her feed. I'm not sure, if they decided to post it because they were paid by Rachel Meghan Markle to post it to make her look like she's affiliated with her roots and she cares about her origins and blah blah blah, or if they posted it, outed her, and she's decided to take the bullet. It's really quite mind-blowing to look at the image because she looks nothing like what we see today. Rachel Meghan Markle, of course, there's been a lot of speculation and rumours about how much cosmetic surgery she's had, and this photo pretty much tells 1,000 tales. She's had a hell of a lot of work done. Before this photo was taken, from what I definitely can see, is that her teeth were already done. Rachel Meghan Markle was born with a very significant lucky gap. A lot of people deem it as a very lucky feature. In my family, we do, even though we don't possess that feature. Rachel Meghan Markle did possess a lucky gap, similar to Madonna. But from this photo, you can see by the age of 17 years old, it has already been removed. Why am I talking about this? I'm talking about this because the truth of the matter is that Rachel has had a hell of a lot of cosmetic surgery. And we know that she has, well, a non-existent relationship, estranged relationship with her father, Thomas Markle. And she basically has deemed him as the devil incarnate, which cannot be true. Because let me tell you this, the term fees for this school for 1 year alone sings to the sweet tune of $23,000. In fact, I think I'm understating it. I think it's about $24,000 per year to attend this school. Now we know that Rachel Meghan Markle is a prolific liar, and she has deemed herself as a poor, rundown, broken, latchkey kid that came from a poor, broken, rundown, working class family, completely written her father's input in her lavish childhood completely out of the script. Her father has actually hit back at many media outlets and basically shared with us all that she's a complete and utter liar and phony.
growing up poor and underprivileged was the complete opposite. I mean, that's just another one of the malarkey stories she sold to the royal family for sympathy.
Even with me growing up, it was so much fast food. And yes, I get when you're on a budget, super affordable, but it costs you so much in the long run.
But when you have a garden, of course, having a garden is like printing your own money.
I love that.
And it never happened.
Rachel Meghan Markle was not a latchkey kid. She ate out at fancy restaurants. She went to private schools. She had language classes, the lot. She had an elitist upper class upbringing, but she doesn't want to share that because she wants to appear very woke, very relatable, very left wing, very in touch with her sugars. Who are the sugars and who is the Sussex squad without losing track of this video? A lot of them comprise of the African American or African ethnic origin, and they support Meghan Markle no matter what. Now, I myself am an African woman, but I refuse to support a phony and a fraud. So let's get back to this. She wants to relate to the sugars, but the truth of the matter is she will never be able to relate to the sugars. She's telling them and selling them a fantasy and a pack of lies. And Rachel has simply ratted herself out in this post. She has posted this image which demonstrates that A, she wasn't a latchkey kid, she wasn't raised on TV meals. No regular person can really afford to send their child to this school other than someone who's successful, someone who is investing a lot of time, money, love, care, and attention into their child. Now, I'm not saying people who do not send their kids to private schools don't give a damn about them, so don't misquote me on that. But what I am saying is that everything that she's tried to lead us to believe about Thomas Markle clearly isn't true. Who paid for the fees of this school? And the second part of this video, which I want to explore, is who paid for the $300,000 worth of surgery, cosmetic work that Rachel has had done. So there's a couple of images that should be coming up now at this point in the video, which clearly demonstrate how much work that Rachel has had done. Now, not only does the work illustrate how much money that Thomas Markle plunged into his daughter, her education and her physical looks, which you can clearly see here. She already had about $20,000 worth of dental work done before this photo was taken, and she went on to have at least, I suspect, 2 nose jobs. Rachel Meghan Markle did not have her first major debut on any kind of TV show until 2006. The year 2006, in which she appears in a daytime rom-com called The War at Home. You will see here that Rachel has literally had her nose done. She's had an eyebrow lift. She's got the filler for her lips. She's got the teeth done. Her hair is strategically permed straight. So you can see here that before that period, Rachel, and let me just reiterate, before she scored this big role, Rachel Meghan Markle was pretty much living out of daddy's pocket. She had no money coming in. She didn't score any other jobs, and she herself confessed that she struggled to get any work in Hollywood because she claimed, quote unquote, she wasn't black enough for the black roles or white enough for the white roles, which is a lie. She simply just wasn't talented. That's the first point. The second point is that Rachel Meghan Markle was never trying to get black roles because she wouldn't have had so much surgery in order to strip herself of her African American features. And I personally think that without all of this work, Rachel Meghan Markle actually had more of an authenticity and a realness to her. But as you can see from Rachel's childhood photos, she's done a lot of things in order to strip herself of her African American intrinsic characteristics. The hair, the broad nose. She's done a lot of things. So how much surgeries did Thomas Markle actually drive himself into debt in order to fund Rachel Meghan Markle's fantasy of A, having a more Eurocentric face, and B, becoming a Hollywood starlet? Let's get into it. So I found this article on Vera Clinic, which clearly demonstrates how much work she's had done, but after the recent posting of this, we can see the extent of the work that Rachel's had done is significantly more than anyone could have imagined. What has she had done? Let's get into it. So they first delve into the nose job, which we can all see here. Markle's nasal tip appears more pronounced. This observation has led many to conclude that Markle's nose now seems slimmer and more refined, fueling rumours she underwent rhinoplasty. However, it's crucial to acknowledge the role that aging and makeup techniques can play in altering one's nose appearance. That's a load of hogwash. No amount of makeup is going to make your nose 5 times slimmer. Let's get on to the next claim. Markle's Botox injections. Another rumour circulating about Meghan Markle's aesthetic enhancement involves the use of Botox fillers to maintain a smooth and wrinkle-free complexion. Speculation suggests that Meghan Markle has resorted to Botox injections to smooth out the frown lines between her eyebrows and to diminish the appearance of crow's feet around her eyes. This belief is bolstered by images where her skin appears remarkably smooth and youthful. Well, she certainly needs to top up on those, because from what I've seen in the latest images of Rachel Meghan Markle outside of her With Love Meghan series, she is looking quite worn out from that harsh LA sun. Let's get into the next claim. Cheek fillers and lip injections. So before I read this part, I'm just going to say I can definitely tell that Rachel Meghan Markle's top lip was significantly slimmer in 1999 when she was 17 years old than it is today. So I definitely feel as though she has had lip filler in order to balance out her top lip to her bottom lip, and I believe that to be true. To conclude, Rachel has had a lot of work done. The last part of surgery that they've left out is that she has also had an eye lift. If you look at some of her childhood photos, which should be appearing now, you can clearly see that her eyes were significantly smaller. The finalization of this video is what I really want to conclude, is that Rachel Meghan Markle is clearly a prolific liar who just ratted on herself in one post. She didn't even sit on the Jennifer Hudson show, which is gonna come up in my next video. She's actually begging to be cast on the Jennifer Hudson show to promote her second series of cooking debauchery. And the truth of the matter is she's a prolific liar, and she owes a lot of money to her dad. He's actually in debt, because we can all see that she wasn't even pulling in any money, and yet she had over $300,000 worth of surgery. What a phony, what a fake. I'll be back with another video, guys. Take care.